to yourself at home.
Ann Landers answers her
Team segments.
Cindy, with you around, how could we forget?
The Morning Show with Regis Philbin and Cindy Garvey starting Monday at 9 on Channel 7.
These days, when you snap your fingers, don't be surprised if someone hands you
Sugar-free, Canada Dry, ginger ale. It's got that ginger snap.
It's easy to watch your weight when your sugar-free soft drink tastes this great.
Sugar-free, Canada Dry, ginger ale. It's got that ginger snap.
It's so crisp, fresh, and light.
Sugar-free, Canada Dry, ginger ale. It's got that ginger snap.
Aren't you ready for Canada Dry?
Easter bonnets, this year's styles at 5.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Miles already left?
Mm-hmm. He wanted to get an early start at the office, as usual.
Oh, that's good. I know he's glad to be back at work.
Yes, except that his first visitor this morning isn't a patient. It's a news reporter.
Oh, you must mean Nancy Carr. I know she spoke to him last night.
Mm-hmm. She is going to do a feature story on Barbara's recovery and her confession.
Well, that's great. But I thought Miles would refuse publicity.
Oh, I had to talk him into it, believe me. But finally, I convinced him that it's time that the whole world know the whole truth about everything.
Well, I agree. I think it's wonderful that Nancy's doing the story.
So do I. You know, so often it's the accusation that gets more coverage than the retraction. But Nancy's going to see to it that it's different this time. Oh, Janet, don't be so early. Yes, Oscar? He is. Well, fine. Send him up. Talk about early callers.
Who is it?
It's Calvin.
Were you expecting him?
No, I wasn't. I wonder if this has anything to do with that new line of investigation that Miles was talking about.
What new line?
About Gunther Wagner.
Oh, that's right. I wonder if they learned anything.
I don't know.
Calvin,
Good morning.
did Gunther say anything about the murder?
I can tell by the look on your face that he didn't.
Well, all I can tell you is we did get some more information out of Gunther. He admitted making an untrue statement, but I'm afraid that's about as far as it goes.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
Well, he admitted being the tall man with the dark hair who was seen in the vicinity of the studio. The hair, of course, was phony, but it's the same toupee he says he wears every time he visits Chicago.
So he was in Chicago the night of the murder.
Yeah, but he did see Nora first. He caught up with her briefly before she went into the studio.
Well, then maybe he followed her inside. He followed her in and then he murdered her.
Well, I don't know, Jody. I just think that if he's guilty of anything, that night it was nothing more than borrowing some money that he didn't pay back.
You mean borrowing money from Nora?
Right.
Well, that doesn't exactly make him innocent. What if you keep checking? Maybe you'll come up with
Believe me, we will. We will. I just wouldn't tack all my hopes onto Gunther. I think we're just going to have to find a new suspect.
I see. Well, if you guys will excuse me, I promised to call a friend.
I really don't know why you're looking so sad. I wasn't expecting any miracles.
Yeah, I guess I really wasn't either, Nicole. But I am going to have to tell you how this information all came out last night.
What do you mean?
Would you believe Gunther was invited to a seance?
Well, I have a suspect, Calvin, even if you don't.
What?
Hi, it's Jody.
Oh, baby, how you doing?
I'm fine, how are you?
I don't know, I've been dragging since you took a walk the other night, but now I'm hearing your voice, I'm starting to feel better.
I missed you, preacher. I thought maybe we could, get together again.
Well, baby, now that's what I call a righteous decision. You need a preacher, baby.
Edge of Night is brought to you by Mountain-Grown Folgers, Mountain-Grown coffee, the richest kind, and by Zest, the deodorant bar that leaves no sticky soap film so you feel really clean.
When I said nope to my soap and yes to Zest, I started feeling my best.
When you discover the cleaner feeling of zest, you're gonna be feeling your best.
I used to use soap, got rid of dirt okay, but stuck me with sticky soap film.
In water, you can see the tacky film soap leaves even after rinsing. Zest doesn't. Deodorant Zest is specially made to rinse without leaving sticky film.
With Zest, I feel cleaner than I did with soap. Now, nothing comes between me and feeling so clean. I'm feeling my best.
Discover the cleaner feeling of zest. You're gonna be feeling your best.
I'm feeling my best.
Get Zest. Feel your best.
I love coconut pie. Friends ask me why mine tastes so delicious. Well, I take fresh coconut, grate it, toast it, and mix it through the pie. I'm Mrs. Olson. The right ingredients are so important in good cooking. That's why Folgers is good cooking. Because Folgers has that just right, delicious ingredient, mountain-grown coffee. Mountain-grown beans mean more rich flavor and aroma than other kinds of coffee. Delicious. Try Folgers or Folgers Flake Coffee. Folgers is mountain-grown coffee. Folgers is good cooking.
Mike, look, I just spoke with Cameron. I told him I'm going to be on the 3 o'clock flight for Washington.
And what time do you leave for your next destination?
Cameron said I'd be there the following morning.
Do you know what kind of disguise they have for you?
No, I don't, but I don't like this whole idea one way or another.
No, but it is necessary. If you're going to make contact with Raven, you can't risk being recognized by the bridegroom.
Yeah, right. Listen, Mike, something I'd like to speak with you about. I'd like to speak to you before I catch my flight.
Well, that won't be too easy. I'm due in court this morning.
Come on, Mike, this is important. Give me half an hour this morning.
Well, the only time would be right now. I'm not due in court until 9:30.
All right, I'm on my way.
I'll see you here then. Bye-bye.
Help! Help!
What's the problem?
Oh, problem again with this bracelet,
Oh.
please.
Let's see
I just have
what
trouble
I
with
can
the
do.
clasp, honey.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Let me give it a try.
Figure. I have an interview with Miles, and he wants me to get there before his first patient arrives.
Oh. He's got to be very relieved now that Barbara Montgomery's made that statement to the police.
Yes, he is very much so, and I was planning to see her, too.
Well, she's been through enough already. See?
No.
The old master could deal with the problem.
Thank you so much.
Now, the old master better get himself dressed. I've got an interview of my own this morning.
Really, who?
I just talked to Sky. He sounded a bit desperate.
Really? I thought he was going to go to Washington. He was going to talk to the CEA people.
He is later today, but he wants to talk to me first. And I have the feeling that I know what he wants to talk about. He wants to back out of this whole thing.
Valerie. Hi, Nancy. Is it okay if I come in? Yes, of course. Thanks. Hi, Mike. Sorry to barge in so early.
Oh, we're glad to see you any time of day, Valerie. Now you can keep Nancy company while I get dressed.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just don't leave before I return, okay?
I won't. That is, if you don't throw me out. Oh, there's not much chance of that. Well, it's just that I wouldn't be surprised if you did. Because of the way we parted last time. You know, I haven't stopped thinking about that, and I can't tell you how many times I wanted to go over to that phone and call you. Oh, Nancy, I feel exactly the same way. And every time I did go over to the phone and start to call you, I realized that I wouldn't know how to start the conversation. Well, so anyway, this morning, I thought I'd better start shopping for my trousseau. And I just couldn't stop thinking about how wonderful it would be to have someone to help me. And I realized that there wasn't anybody I wanted except for you. And now I feel foolish. I mean, I'm here, and what do I expect? You have a job to go to, and you've made it clear that you don't want to do things like shop for wedding gowns when you feel the way you do about this wedding. Oh, don't. I'm sorry. Stop that. Don't cry. Don't cry. Now, wait a minute. I'm not against everything you do. Oh, Valerie. Your happiness is the most important thing to us. Well, I know it is. And you and Mike are the people who care most about me in the world. I guess I'm here because I need you to know that. Oh, good heavens. You know, people can have disagreements and still care about each other. You should know that. My goodness, the human race wouldn't have lasted this long if that weren't so. I know that, but oh, I've just felt so miserable since that quarrel or whatever it was. Nancy, can't we talk? Yeah. Yes, I don't see why I can't take off the rest of the morning. I do have to go to an interview, though. I don't want you to put yourself in. No. I want to talk. I want to talk with you. So why don't you, stay here and relax. Maybe you want to have a nap for about an hour. I shouldn't be any longer than that. Actually, that would be wonderful. I didn't sleep very much last night. Okay. You stay here. You can use the guest bedroom. You know where that is. I've used it often enough. Okay. I'll be back in a little while. Nancy. Thank you. Go on. Okay.
With a job and 2 wonderful grandchildren, I have good reasons to take care of myself. So when I need a pain reliever, I not only want one that works, I want one I can trust. I've used Tylenol for years, and I have as much confidence in it now as I ever did. I was first given Tylenol in the hospital. It worked for me then, and I've used it ever since. I'm glad I found a product I can really trust.
Tylenol, you can trust our good name. Now Tylenol capsules are safety sealed 3 ways for your protection.
In the winner's circle, top star Jill St. John.
Can the new Kinney make it in Jill's world?
Kinney can. Kinney can. Kinney can.
Kinney flings with supple leather uppers. Jill usually pays much, much more, but she doesn't have to.
You're right.
And neither do you. Not if you shop in the great American shoe store.
Kinney can.
And we are.
I know it sounds crazy. I mean, it was crazy. But what do you expect when you get the minds of people like Mitzi Martin and Cliff Nelson together?
How in the world did they expect to make Gunther think he was going to see Nora's spirit?
I gave them a tape that I copied from WMON News. It was part of the tape that Nora made the night, well, that night.
Yes, that night.
Anyway, Gunther's such a believer that they had no trouble convincing him that Nora Fulton had actually come back from the dead.
So you're telling me that this crazy idea really worked?
Yeah, it worked in a way, I guess. I mean, it didn't work the way they wanted it to. It certainly didn't work as well as I would have liked it to.
Yes, I know. We all would have liked for Gunther to have all of a sudden confessed to the whole thing, then everything would be all right.
Yeah, well, it certainly would have taken a burden off your shoulders.
Why don't you believe me? Why doesn't anybody believe me? I killed Nora Fulton. I wish you'd stop looking for other suspects.
Oh, Nicole, I don't believe that. Or Miles either, for that matter. I don't believe either of you for a minute, and that's why I'm after Gunther or any other suspect I can find. Look, somebody got into that studio, committed that murder, and somehow they got out again.
How could they have done that without me seeing them, without Gavin seeing them, without anybody seeing them?
I don't know. Anyway, at least they were able to get Gunther to admit that he saw Nora that night.
Well, has he revised his statement to the police?
No, not yet, but I am going to bring him down to headquarters to do exactly that.
Well, thank you, Calvin, for coming by and keeping us advised of all this.
Well, you'll pass the word along the miles, huh? Guess it'll be a little easier coming from you.
Yeah, I guess he was sort of hoping there was something to all this. I knew better, of course. Calvin?
Yeah?
Could you tell me something?
Sure.
Have you ever heard of someone named Preacher?
Yeah, John Preacher Emerson. He manages the video disco.
Yeah, Jody knows him.
Yeah, well, I guess anybody who goes there would know him. He's more than just the manager. I mean, he's made himself the official host, you know.
What do you think of him?
Well, I don't really know much, except what I read on his record.
He has a police record?
Well, yeah, it's, nothing major, just juvenile stuff. But, give him time. He's still young.
Looks like she stood you up, honey.
She'll be here. Don't worry about it, all right?
Well, in case she doesn't. It's Mike.
Oh, how you doing, baby?
Sorry I kept you waiting, but I got stuck in traffic.
Well, I'd wait all day to see you, especially since you called me. Here you go. I hope this really means something tasty, huh?
Hidden in your laundry are some tough stains. Introducing a laundry detergent that gets them out. New Era Plus with protein. Protein, because stains like color soil, even ground in grass, are made of protein. And protein gets out protein, even set in blood. Protein gets out protein. Nothing gets out every stain, but New Era Plus gets out some of the toughest to get your whole wash clean.
Raise your hand. You got it. Raise your hand. You know it. You feel confident, secure. Raise your hand. You feel dry now. Raise your hand. You know why now. Raise your hand if you're sure.
You've got it. That sure, secure, confident feeling. Because each Sure gives you enough protection to help feel dry all day.
Confident, confident, dry and secure. Raise your hand if you're sure.
Why the long face?
Mommy's mad
How come?
because I didn't brush my teeth yet.
And why is she mad at that?
Because
She only wants what's good for you. Come on. Now see this? Advanced Formula Crest gives even more protection than the Crest we grew up on.
So,
Mommy knows you could get even fewer cavities than we did. Wasn't she a meanie?
yes.
With Crest, your kids could have even fewer cavities than you did.
Preacher, I'm really sorry about the last time. It was just a misunderstanding.
That's the trouble with the world, baby, is misunderstanding. My old man used to say that in all his sermons.
I thought you said he was a phony.
That doesn't mean he wasn't right. I mean, what matters is your back, and I know why.
Do you?
Because you couldn't get me out of your mind, right?
Boy, you really do think a lot of yourself, Preacher.
Well, if you don't think a lot about yourself, no one else will. You know what else my old man used to say? Love thyself. It says it right in the Bible.
I think the phrase is love thyself properly.
Well, what's the difference? I mean, you know, you don't miss your water till your well runs dry? Huh? I knew you'd come around sooner or later. All the chicks do.
All the chicks do, huh? Is that all I am to you? One more chick in your barnyard?
Oh, come on, baby. Look at that. #1 on the hit parade, #1 in my heart, and you're also just about the prettiest.
I see. Is that the only difference?
Well, it's a real important difference. Come on, don't be getting freaky on me, Jody. You're real special to me, and you know that.
No, I don't know that at all.
Oh, come on. Did I not stick my neck out when I found out you were sick and go to the penthouse?
Well, maybe that's because it was a penthouse. Because you like the smell of money.
Oh, come on. Don't get mean, Jelly Bean. I'm not like that at all. Money is the root of all evil.
It's another misquotation by your father. It's the love of money that is the root of all evil.
Oh, look, we're back together 5 minutes and we're fighting.
Well, why don't you just admit it, Preacher? The only reason I am special to you is because you think I'm some sort of heiress or something.
Oh, that's not it. What, is your brain on vacation or something? That's not it at all.
No, I am just starting to realize that calling you was a big mistake. Because all it does is make your ego bigger, which is not hard to do, because now you think, I'm chasing you like one of the chicks.
Why don't you take a big chill pill, huh?
Boy, I don't know where you get your stupid phrases from, but you're wrong, preacher. You are so wrong. I wanted to see you again, yes, because I wanted to find out how special you were to me. And now I know.
Where are you going? You haven't even ordered anything,
I had breakfast and I'm fed up.
Just one damn minute.
Look, if you want to see me again, you're going to have to do the calling. Just don't be surprised if I'm not home.
Strike 3 and you're out. I get off in half an hour. What an enormous relief it must be for you, Miles, even though the police never did charge you with leaving Barbara Montgomery.
No, they didn't. Still, it's nice to have old doubts resolved.
Right, and I'm sure Nicole feels the same.
Well, mostly we're happy about Barbara's recovery.
Yeah, oh, tell me, do you expect that to be a total recovery?
No reason why it shouldn't be. She'll have to get back her strength, but after a week or 10 days in the hospital, she should be able to resume normal life.
Oh, I'm certainly glad to hear that.
I guess you heard that the first people she wanted to see were Nicole and me. She wanted to apologize for all the lies she told.
Well, you know who was behind those. Nora Fulton. Isn't it incredible that nobody ever thought to guess that it was Nora who was responsible for what happened? I mean, everybody assumed that it was a man.
Kind of male chauvinism in reverse.
Yeah, Miles, do you think that Nora intentionally framed you for the crime?
I don't know what went on in Nora Fulton's mind. If she didn't intend it, it was a lucky bonus for her.
Okay, well, we're going to make sure that everybody in Monticello knows the truth.
Well, I just hope the story doesn't linger in their minds too long.
I don't think it has to, but it does have to be done, and I'm going to do it, okay?
There's another story that needs telling, Nancy. I hope you're aware of that.
What do you mean?
Listen, you know the Nora Fulton case backwards and forwards. I'm sure you know about my having gone down to the police and telling them what really happened that night.
Yes, I do know that.
Most frustrating experience of my life. Trying to convince them that they made a terrible mistake by indicting Nicole.
Miles, I know that you're trying to take the blame, and the police...
No, you're wrong. I'm not trying to take the blame. Nicole is the one who's trying to take the blame. Nancy, she confessed the whole thing to me herself. That when she came into the studio, she found me there with Nora's dead body. She even had heard the crime being committed. Now she's changed everything because she is under the delusion that she will make a better defendant in court than I will. So I can't convince anyone. Not anyone. I was hoping maybe if I could convince you...
Oh, no, Miles, please. Don't even try. Because I honestly don't know which of you is telling the truth. Look, Cliff and Dee Dee are on the case yet. All right, please, don't put me in the position of having to make a judgment, Miles. You do understand. Hey, she's not the only fish in the sea, you know, sweetie?
She's the only one I want, all right?
But she loves me inside out and upside.
Butter? I thought we were eating lighter.
Not butter, and we are.
Then it's margarine, same old fat and calories.
No, 25% less fat and calories and less salt.
New Fleischmann's Light, the only one with 25% less salt, 25% less fat, 25% less calories than regular margarine.
Next, you'll say it's delicious.
Nope. You will.
It's delicious.
New Fleischmann's Light, for the lighter way you're eating today.
When I was a little girl, I wore Danskin leotards for dancing. Now that I'm grown up, I wear Danskin bras and panties. Not just underwear. New Danskin bras and panties are pretty to wear. New soft, seamless bras. New flowers all over. They fit and flatter and move with you just like Danskin activewear because they are Danskin. New Danskin bras and panties, not just for dancing. Wherever bras and panties are sold.
General Hospital.
Tell you what, let's move it up. The wedding, everything.
That really what you want?
Mm-hmm.
But Celia just can't forget Jimmy Lee. General Hospital.
Come in, Sky.
Thanks, Mike.
Would you like some coffee?
No, nothing, thanks. I'll just say what I have to say and go.
I assume it's about your son.
Yeah. Look, Mike, one of the questions I have to ask you is, do you have any idea where Cameron is sending me after his makeup men are finished?
No, I'm as much in the dark as you are. Cameron hasn't chosen to tell me where the honeymooners are either.
He's playing his cards close to his vest, as usual.
All I know is they're not where Ian has told everyone they would be. But you've got to interrupt their privacy to convince Raven that your engagement to Valerie is purely fictional.
Yeah. Well, that'll be a tough enough job, but what really bothers me is the fact that I'm still lying to Valerie.
Yes, I know.
You know, she wants to go to the airport with me, to see me off to Washington.
Well, that's only natural.
Natural? Mike, it's sickening is what it is.
Listen.
Mike, you know what she's off doing now? She's off shopping for her trousseau, maybe for her bridal gown, too. Can you imagine what's going on in her mind? What she must be thinking?
As soon as you return from her trip.
As soon as I return, it's too late. I can't wait another day, Mike. The longer we wait to tell Valerie, the tougher it's going to be on her.
I agree with you. Valerie should hear the truth as soon as possible.
All right, then I'm going to tell her. I'm going to tell her before my flight to Washington. I can't go on with this lie another day, and who knows when I'm going to be back.
Well, I'm sure it won't be that long.
The only thing I am sure of is that Valerie is engaged to a man who doesn't love her and has no plans of marrying her.
Stop it!
At the heart of a well-chosen pineapple are a few slices that are the sweetest, tenderest, juiciest, the best. And only the best part is good enough for Dole. Packed in its own juice with no sugar added. Because Dole knows what a sparkling texture this brings. What a flavorful touch. What a juicy delight the best part is. So make sure you get only the best part of the pineapple from Dole.
Kellogg's Special K has a brand new look just for you.
A bigger flake, a crisp light taste, made for today. Take to the K, new Kellogg's Special K.
Introducing new improved Special K cereal. The flakes are bigger, crispier, high in protein, low in sugar, an even better part of your low-calorie Special K breakfast.
Tastes great, first rate, for your life today. Take to the K, new Kellogg's Special K.
Okay.
Seems as though a harmony is hard to find. Always on my mind. And frustrated days pass without sign. The edge of night, half dark, half light.
Adapt or Die, a film some white South Africans don't want you to see, but you should. How is an emerging black trade union movement posing a threat to the establishment? Is it creating a war over power and principle in South Africa? Watch an ABC News close-up tonight.
Hey, you can use a little more beef on you, son.
You can use a little less on you.
Don't be a wise guy. Losing weight isn't easy.
Look, Pop, I know you've been taking your blood pressure pills.
And I've cut down on salt.
Yeah, but what about your weight? They all work together, so you gotta do it all. Take your pills, cut down on salt, and watch your weight. Remember what the doctor said.
Mr. Pearson, high blood pressure can't be controlled unless you follow your complete treatment every day. You can't do one without the other. Now about your weight. Let's concentrate on getting more exercise. And remember, take your pills and cut down on salt. You gotta do it all.
Hey, losing weight's easy with you, son. Thanks.
You're my pop. A little slow, but...
Oh, yeah?
Do it by yourself and all the loved ones in your life.
High blood pressure. Treat it for life.
This is ABC.
The deck is stacked with fun on the best little game show in Gotham. It's Card Sharks, premiering Monday right after the morning show at 10:30 on Channel 7.
Good afternoon. I'm Ernie Anastas. Coming up today on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, a dramatic increase in New York City's unemployment rate. We'll have complete details on that. We'll talk live with Mayor Koch about the situation, and we'll also have this report.
Joseph's Hospital in Patterson, New Jersey, 3 sets of twins and 3 sets of parents. I'm Will Spence. I'll have that story.
Also, why a little Detroit girl was kicked out of the Girl Scouts, behind the scenes at the Vatican, and